Hello everybody and welcome to the Centre. My name is Thomas Woolsey. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Joe Biden's cabinet appointees that he has made thus far and what they might tell us about his administration. So if you like this video, drop a like down below. Hit subscribe if you really like it. My name is Thomas Woolsey and welcome to the Centre. Well, after the most chaotic post-election period in US history, and with President Trump still refusing to concede, Biden's transition has nevertheless formally begun. Biden is now beginning to announce who his key cabinet appointees will be. So let's take a look at these nominees, who they are, and what they might tell us about Biden's administration. I, like many, had been expecting Biden would nominate former UN Ambassador and National Security Advisor Susan Rice to lead the State Department, but Antony Blinken has all the credentials and experience to make a fine Secretary of State. Blinken is an uncontroversial choice, firmly in the Democratic Party's foreign policy establishment, having served as Deputy Secretary of State and Deputy National Security Advisor under President Obama, and working in the State Department and on the National Security Council during Bill Clinton's presidency. Blinken's nomination might tell us a few things about the Biden administration's approach to foreign policy. First, it reinforces Biden's already well-known desire to re-engage with the rest of the world. Biden and Blinken are both very overt internationalists who both feel that America's role in global affairs is leadership, not isolation. More specifically, Blinken's nomination might tell us how Biden intends to go about implementing this approach. Blinken lived and was schooled in Paris in his youth, is a fluent French speaker, and has written about and advocated for America's relationship with Europe. His selection could imply then that Biden views re-engagement with Europe as one of his top foreign policy priorities. European countries are among those most alienated under Trump's presidency, and a frequent criticism of Trump's foreign policy was his administration's unilateral approach to foreign affairs, particularly with regards to China. Biden, meanwhile, is expected to adopt a multilateral approach to foreign policy, and strengthening a battered relationship with the EU would be a sensible place to start. For what it's worth, Janet Yellen is exactly who I would have chosen to lead the Treasury Department. She is as experienced a candidate for Treasury Secretary as there has ever been. She completed a PhD in economics at Yale University, was a lecturer at the London School of Economics, and brings decades of government experience in economics to the role, in particular as former chair and vice chair of the Federal Reserve under Obama, and chair of the Council of Economic Advisors under Clinton. At this stage in her career, Treasury Secretary is just about the only economic post in government she hasn't yet held. She's the kind of quixotic, impossibly well-credentialed nominee that only exists in shows like The West Wing, and the barrier-breaking nature of her appointment, she would be the first ever woman to be Treasury Secretary, is just the icing on the cake. The more progressive wing of the Democratic Party had been eyeing the Treasury Department as one they very much wanted one of their own to lead, with Senator Elizabeth Warren often rumoured to be personally interested in the position. She, incidentally, would have made an excellent Treasury Secretary. While Yellen may not have been the progressive wing's first choice, I don't think there can be too much objection to her nomination from the left. Yellen is a Keynesian economist who does advocate for greater, though not widespread, government intervention to maintain stability in the business cycle, and is an ideal choice to take point on what will likely be one of the Biden administration's first priorities, working with what will likely be a divided Congress to pass a stimulus package. Proceeding with the theme of continuity from the Obama administration, Biden's nomination for DHS Secretary is former California DA Alejandro Mayorkas, who worked in the Obama administration for most of Obama's presidency, first as the Director of United States Citizenship and Immigration Service, and then as Deputy Secretary of Homeland Security, making him perhaps the natural choice to become DHS Secretary. The Department of Homeland Security has often been seen as one of the most chaotic since 2016. In the 4 years of Trump's presidency, the DHS has had no fewer than 5 secretaries, only 2 of which were confirmed by the Senate. Biden will be hoping that Mayorkas' experience will bring some stability to the department, and as the department's first Latino secretary, and one who was instrumental in the creation of DACA, his appointment signals Biden's intent to run an administration less hostile towards immigrants than the previous one. A long-serving diplomat, Linda Thomas Greenfield was the US ambassador to Liberia from 2008 to 12, before becoming Assistant Secretary of State for African Affairs until 2017. Though perfectly qualified, her nomination may raise a few eyebrows, given that former mayor of South Bend and former challenger for the Democratic nomination Pete Buttigieg was seen by some as the frontrunner to be UN ambassador, given his early dropping out and endorsement of Joe Biden, though Biden may have plans to put him elsewhere, with Veterans Affairs being a possibility. Avril Haines was seen as a strong contender for one of the intelligence-related positions, having served as Deputy Director of the CIA from 2013 to 15, before becoming Deputy National Security Advisor until the end of Obama's second term. If confirmed as Director of National Intelligence, she will be the first woman to fill the role. Another Obama-era alumnus and a longtime associate of Biden's, Sullivan served as Biden's national security advisor during his time as vice president, and has worked in the US State Department, most notably as Hillary Clinton's chief of staff during her time as Secretary of State. Sullivan studied at Oxford and Yale. He's young and ascending the ladder at great speed. His career is one to watch. Probably the heaviest hitter in the Biden cabinet thus far, Kerry was the Democratic Party's nominee in 2004, unsuccessfully running against then-incumbent President George W. Bush. He then served 4 years as President Obama's second Secretary of State, during which time he was a key player in the negotiation of the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, more commonly known as the Iran nuclear deal. Kerry is only the second ever Special Envoy for Climate, following former EPA Director Carol Browner's departure from the role in 2011. Kerry is a political heavyweight, however, and is a much better known figure at home and abroad than Browner was, and his appointment will be seen as a statement of intent on Biden's part, though what precisely the parameters of his job will be remain to be seen. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you liked this video, then please hit like. If you really liked it, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below, I'll reply to you. Until next time, stay safe out there. My name's Thomas Woolsey, and as always, stay centered, my friends.